everyone, I'm Stacy and this is the For Bricks and Giggles YouTube channel. For today's video, I have something a little bit random. After many years, I have decided to try my hand again at MOC building. I have literally not attempted this since I was in my teens and now I'm in my 30s, so it has been a super long time. So I thought I'd share a little bit of my ideas and process with you all today. So let's get started. So quickly to start, I just wanted to share what is the last MOC I built when I was around 16 or 17 years old. At least that's when I started it. I had bought a bulk lot off of eBay at that time. This is kind of what popped into my head, is just like a gingerbread house. So I was super into Christmas. I'm still super into Christmas, but I was especially into Christmas when I was in high school. And so I built this, and it's pretty much the only thing I have left from my childhood that I built as a MOC. When I started college, Lego had a catalog competition to design a Christmas set, and if you were a top finalist, you won the Christmas set from that year, which was the little winter post office set. So I entered this in the competition, happened to be a top finalist for the United States. When they sent out the post office sets, I guess there was some sort of error with the number, and they sent the top finalists a Super Star Destroyer by mistake, which is a one number difference from the winter post office set. So I ended up just getting the winter post office set for Christmas that year instead, and I kept the Super Star Destroyer. One of the funniest things to ever happen to me. Definitely the best thing I ever won. So that is a reason I have also kept this put together since that time, just as a little tribute to those days. I've had to wash it many times, and it is still covered in dust at this point, just because it's been about 15 years since I initially built it. So I just wanted to quickly share that. I know I've told that story before, but I have thousands of new subscribers since the last time I talked about it, and I just think it's a funny story. So just get that out of the way. This is kind of my design style, I guess. We'll see if it's changed any in recent years, since the only other thing I have done remotely related to a MOC is the little Christmas ornaments I sell on Etsy, but I only get 4x4 sides for those to design on, which makes for very little space to be creative. So I'm excited to start on something much bigger now. So the reason I'm starting on a new MOC at this point in my life is because I'm getting ready to go to Brick Fair, Virginia, and I'm super excited, but I know that I'm going to be so inspired when I get there, and I'll definitely be planning to go to future ones. So I wanted to go ahead and start on a MOC now so that I will be ready for it when the next brick event happens that I'll be able to go to. So my plan is to do something castle related. This is what I had initially started several months ago. I have a ton of these base plates from buying Belleville bulk lots over the years, and I don't like shipping them, so I still have a ton of them, and I decided I wanted to use this as the base for it. Initially, I had started building here in the back, kind of being inspired by the King's Castle a little bit, but I'm going to get rid of this because I have new inspiration. I'll actually go ahead and rip this off now. So technically this is kind of the base I'll be starting with. I've been going through some interesting parts, some vintage parts. I also went through Pick-a-Brick recently and was inspired by some of the pieces there. And then I've collected some stuff along the way from bulk lots that I'm like, maybe someday I'll do a MOC, and I want to hold on to those. So I'll kind of go through those parts with you all and then tell you my vision for this thing. So I do have several of these printed pieces. Amazing panels, absolutely love them. These kind of went for my original vision, but I'm going to hold on to them in case things change again and I might need them. But I'm not sure at this point I will be using these. This was a piece I was really excited to find. Originally, I was going to try to part together the Black Falcon's fortress and realized that it just wasn't financially going to work out to be affordable to do it that way, so I decided to keep it for a MOC. Part of what I'm thinking of doing for this MOC is something similar to the Guarded Inn, which comes with a red one of these, but I like having this in yellow. Obviously, it'll look different that way, and I'm only going to use the Guarded Inn as like an inspiration point, a jumping off point, not necessarily an exact replica or anything like that. So my idea is to do something kind of Guarded Inn related on that front section, so right in here. And as I had mentioned, I've kind of been looking through some vintage parts. I'd like to go with a color scheme that's very old school Lego, so like blue, yellow, red, black, and gray. Kind of those original primary colors that used to be really iconic of Lego before they made things look super realistic. So also keep that in mind. I got these from Pick-a-Brick, and I bought these when I was originally going with the kind of castle-esque build here in the back, but again, I'm thinking there might be something I can use these for. I found a really cool piece that I had never seen before. I'm currently a couple sets away from completing the Belleville line, which is forcing me to buy sets outside of the country because I just can't get them in the US. And so while I was doing that and I wanted to make my shipping worth it, I found a windmill piece from a Fabuland set that I just thought was amazing. And it might be the most I've ever spent on a piece. It was almost $16. And I'll try to superimpose a picture here so you all can see it. So I was thinking maybe of doing some sort of tower build and then having the windmill on top of it here in the back. So like the guarded in kind of build and then a windmill build here in the back. I'm super excited to get that part in, as well as the Belleville set I ordered with it. I have had a terrible time with ordering from other countries, which is why I try not to do it unless I have to, and that's kind of where I am right now, being forced because I can't get the sets I want here in the US. The first time I tried ordering, I think from France, and the woman was super nice, but she wrote in this really loopy kind of script. So her 2 looked like a 9, and I guess our US systems just can't read that kind of handwriting. Beautiful handwriting, but couldn't read it, and so it sent my package all the way to California. I spent 2 weeks repeatedly calling the local post office in that area of California because it would get sent to their post office and then it would get sent back to a California distribution center and back and forth and back and forth, and I was trying to get them to catch it so that they could fix it and send it to me. I think it ended up taking a total of about 6 weeks to get the package, so that was a nightmare. And then the second time I ordered from Australia, I have no idea what happened. It went to California, which is totally normal for it to enter through California, but then as soon as it went through customs, it said, "We're delivering it to Iowa." So I contacted the seller. They said, "Nope, it's got your address on it. We don't know why it's being delivered thousands of miles away." And so the whole time I thought, I'm not getting this package, because the Postal Service is like, we can't change an address on a package just because you claim it's yours. So I assumed that something had happened with the label when it went through customs, but it did actually get delivered to my house, and no one through the entire Postal Service knows why it said it would be delivered to Iowa instead of Virginia. So that one was also really upsetting. Those were my first 2 experiences with international shipping. I did get a 3rd package and that one came through fine, and so I'm like, okay, we're gonna take a little bit of risk here. So I'm hopeful about this windmill piece because it's not available in the US anywhere. It was expensive, international shipping, but I'm kind of doing we're just gonna hope for the best, and if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to be emotionally devastated. But that is the plan for back here. Sorry about that little tangent, just crazy experience with shipping there. So kind of a windmill build here. And then in the front, I got another Fabuland piece. This piece actually just came in yesterday, and I'm really excited about it. Love it. It's a water wheel. So there is this place here in the front. Technically, it's got this little pond sticker in it, but I thought I might fill it with like 1x1 round translucent plates in varying shades of blue and do a little water wheel build here. I don't have an exact idea at this point, but something in that vicinity. So I have never really had an interest in buying a Fabuland set, but the pieces are really unique and one of a kind. This piece I think is from like one set in 1985. Only had to pay $3 for it, and I was able to get it in the US, which is kind of rare. It's the only one available at the time. So I think a little windmill, water wheel, guarded in, that's my vibe for this at this point. I do have a few other little pieces I'm trying to figure out if I can incorporate. I bought these little fence pieces from Pick-a-Brick. They fit really nicely there in the front. Not exactly sure. Like I said, I haven't done anything MOC related in many years. I did think this kind of looked almost like a waterfall in a way, so perhaps some sort of way of incorporating this in with the water wheel. Again, I'm still really coming up with some basic plans. This was another piece I just thought was really pretty. Red archway, vintage, a little bit more on the rare side. Maybe some way of incorporating it with the guarded inside, maybe something with the windmill. I don't know, I just think it's a really pretty piece. I have no idea if I'll use this or not. There are tons of stairs already incorporated in the base plate, but I liked the part, so I thought I'd keep it just in case. So that is my basic idea for this MOC so far. I am waiting on a lot of pieces from, I think I placed an order from Finland and Belgium. So I think I'm going to wait until those get here. It's going to be a busy week getting ready for Brick Fair Virginia, so I don't want to get too immersed in it since I have so much other stuff to get ready for that. But I'd love to hear if you think my ideas sound reasonably good. If you have any kind constructive criticism, feel free to leave that. I am very sensitive, so definitely be nice. But I am super excited to get started on this. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And if you're interested in extra videos and content, check out the membership program starting at only 99 cents a month. See you all next time.